When I first came across the data, I was speechless. As someone who's studied the brain for years, I thought I'd seen every connection between lifestyle and neurological health, but this one shook me. The way you sleep at night, the position you rest in for hours, can silently be increasing your risk of a stroke. Yes, something as simple as how your head hits the pillow can change the fate of your brain. Picture this: you've had a long day, you crawl into bed, you twist to your favorite side, maybe curl up just right. And in that moment, your brain begins fighting for oxygen. You don't feel it, you don't hear it, but deep inside, the blood flow that keeps your neurons alive starts to slow. Your arteries may be compressed, your neck twisted, your blood circulation altered, and while you're dreaming, your brain could be under stress. Science is revealing that sleeping on your right side or stomach can, in certain people, restrict blood flow through the carotid arteries, those vital highways that carry life-giving oxygen straight to your brain. Now, that doesn't mean everyone who sleeps this way will have a stroke tomorrow, but it does mean we need to wake up literally and figuratively to how our sleep posture affects our health, especially if you already have risk factors, high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, or heart disease. Your brain depends on a constant, even supply of blood and oxygen. Any disruption, even mild or temporary, increases stress on delicate blood vessels. Over time, this stress can lead to microdamage, tiny tears, and blockages that quietly accumulate, sometimes for years, until one day, a vessel bursts or clots form. The result, a stroke that appears out of nowhere. But the truth is, it wasn't out of nowhere. It was building every night while you slept in the wrong position. Now, here's what's empowering about this discovery. You can change it. You can choose a different sleeping position, one that supports your brain, instead of straining it. Studies increasingly suggest that sleeping on your left side may actually enhance blood flow, help your heart work more efficiently, and allow the brain to clear out waste proteins linked to dementia. It's not about fear, it's about awareness. When we know better, we do better. Imagine lying down tonight with intention. You adjust your pillow, align your neck gently, turn to your left, and feel your heartbeat steady. You're not just resting, you're healing. You're protecting your future self. Your brain, that incredible organ that stores every memory, every dream, every moment you've ever loved, deserves that care. I've met patients who changed their lives by changing one simple habit: how they sleep. Their headaches reduced, their energy improved, and their risk factors began to drop. Sometimes, it's not the expensive medicine or the complicated routine that saves us. It's the small shift, the conscious decision to listen to our body. So tonight, when you lie down, don't just fall asleep, sleep smart. Let your position be a reflection of your intention to live long, live healthy, and protect the most powerful organ you have, because your brain doesn't rest when you do. It's always working, always guarding your tomorrow. The least we can do is make sure we're not working against it. Your sleeping position might seem small, but in the world of brain health, it could be the difference between danger and safety, between decline and vitality. Awareness is power, and tonight, that power lies in how you choose to rest. So go ahead, turn to your left, breathe deeply, and let your brain thank you in silence. The connection between sleep and stroke risk isn't just a medical curiosity, it's one of the most startling examples of how something as ordinary as our sleeping position can influence the health of our brain in profound ways. When we think about strokes, most of us picture major risk factors: high blood pressure, smoking, obesity, or family history. Rarely do we stop to think about the hours we spend every night in bed, completely unaware of how our posture might be silently shaping the flow of blood to our brain. But recent research has revealed a striking truth: certain sleeping positions can interfere with blood circulation to critical arteries in the neck and head, raising the likelihood of reduced oxygen supply, vessel compression, and long-term vascular stress that may contribute to stroke. To understand why this happens, we need to appreciate how delicately the brain's blood supply operates. The brain, despite making up only about 2% of body weight, consumes roughly 20% of the body's total oxygen and energy. That oxygen is delivered through a network of arteries that are both powerful and vulnerable, especially the carotid and vertebral arteries that travel through the neck to reach the brain. When the head or neck is positioned in a way that puts pressure on these arteries, such as sleeping face down or tightly twisted to one side, it can partially obstruct the flow of blood. Even a minor restriction over hours of sleep can have subtle but significant effects. Imagine a garden hose with a bend in it. The water still flows, but with reduced force. Over time, that uneven pressure can wear down the hose. Similarly, the brain's arteries can weaken or experience microdamage when circulation is chronically compromised. Sleeping on the right side, for example, has been linked in some studies to increased pressure on the right carotid artery. In individuals who already have plaque buildup or narrowing of these arteries, a condition known as carotid stenosis, this position may exacerbate the problem. The heart also faces slightly more resistance when pumping blood upward toward the brain from that angle, which can lead to subtle circulation inefficiencies. Meanwhile, sleeping on the stomach can force the neck into extreme rotation, twisting those same arteries and sometimes compressing them further, especially if the pillow is too high or firm. These mechanical stresses, repeated nightly over months or years, create an environment where clots or vessel blockages are more likely to occur. Now, a single night of bad posture won't cause a stroke. The risk builds gradually, in the same way that long-term exposure to high blood pressure or poor diet erodes vascular health. This makes it a silent danger, one that's easy to overlook because it doesn't announce itself with pain or immediate discomfort. But over time, the consequences can accumulate. Restricted oxygen flow at night can also trigger microhypoxic episodes, moments when parts of the brain receive less oxygen than they need. Even if you never experience a full stroke, these small disruptions can affect brain function, leading to fatigue, memory lapses, and slower cognitive performance. In addition, the brain relies on consistent blood flow during sleep to perform one of its most vital maintenance processes, detoxification. While we sleep, the brain's lymphatic system, its own natural cleaning network, flushes out waste proteins, including beta amyloid, which is linked to Alzheimer's disease. Poor circulation caused by awkward sleeping positions can slow this system down, meaning your brain may not clear toxins as efficiently. This creates a double risk. Not only are you increasing vascular stress, but you're also interfering with the brain's nightly repair process. What makes this discovery so critical is that it reframes how we think about stroke prevention. It's not only about what happens when we're awake, what we eat, how we move, or what medications we take. It's also about what happens when we're unconscious for nearly a third of our lives. For years, doctors have emphasized the importance of diet and exercise, but now we know posture matters too. Something as effortless as adjusting how we lie down can literally protect the arteries that keep our brains alive. This realization is both sobering and empowering. Sobering, because it means many of us may have unknowingly increased our risk without realizing it. Empowering, because the solution doesn't require surgery, expensive medication, or complicated interventions. It's as simple as awareness. Once you know which sleeping positions put strain on your neck and arteries, you can make small changes, using supportive pillows, keeping your spine aligned, and avoiding excessive neck rotation to ensure your brain gets the oxygen and blood flow it deserves. In essence, the science behind sleep position and stroke risk reminds us that health isn't built in the grand gestures. It's built in the quiet, unnoticed moments. The position you sleep in tonight could very well determine the clarity of your mind tomorrow. Every heartbeat, every breath, every moment of deep rest is an opportunity to either protect or endanger the organ that defines who you are. And all it takes to shift toward protection is a little knowledge and the willingness to turn your head, your pillow, and your perspective in the right direction. The second key idea is about empowerment. How small, mindful changes in our sleeping posture can become a powerful act of self-care that protects our brain, strengthens circulation, and drastically reduces long-term neurological risks. The beauty of this truth lies in its simplicity. You don't need expensive treatments, you don't need to overhaul your entire lifestyle, and you don't need complex medical interventions. What you need is awareness and a willingness to take control of how you rest. The body has an extraordinary ability to heal and adapt when we give it the right conditions, and sleep is one of those sacred times when the body does its deepest repair work. By simply choosing the right sleeping position, you can help your brain do what it was designed to do: restore, rejuvenate, and protect itself from harm. Let's start with the simple fact: circulation is everything. Your brain is not like a muscle that can go without blood for long. It's an organ that depends on a steady, unbroken stream of oxygen-rich blood to keep its neurons firing, its chemicals balanced, and its energy stable. When you sleep in a position that enhances this circulation rather than blocking it, you're giving your brain a priceless gift. Scientists have found that sleeping on your left side can actually improve the body's ability to circulate blood and lymphatic fluids, easing pressure on the heart and major blood vessels. This position also allows the brain's natural cleaning system, the lymphatic system, to work more efficiently, clearing away waste products that can build up and contribute to diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Think of it this way: every night, your brain runs a maintenance cycle, flushing out toxins, regulating hormones, and consolidating memories. But if your neck is twisted or your arteries are partially compressed, that cycle slows down. Over time, this can lead not only to stroke risk, but also to brain fog, fatigue, and early cognitive decline. On the other hand, when you position yourself correctly, spine aligned, head slightly elevated, and neck supported, you're allowing your body to do exactly what it was made to do. It's like opening the floodgates for healing. Now imagine incorporating small tools and habits to help support this change. A properly shaped pillow that cradles your neck, for instance, can prevent unnecessary pressure on your carotid arteries. Using a thinner pillow when sleeping on your side, or a wedge pillow to maintain elevation, can improve blood and lymph flow dramatically. Even mattress firmness matters. Too soft, and your body sinks in, bending your spine and straining your vessels. Too firm, and your neck tenses up, cutting circulation. The sweet spot lies in balance, where the body feels both supported and free. And let's not forget how posture connects to the nervous system. The way you position your head and spine at night directly affects the vagus nerve, one of the most important communication lines between your brain and body. When you maintain alignment, the vagus nerve stays calm, helping regulate heart rate, blood pressure, and even digestion while you sleep. In contrast, awkward or strained postures can trigger stress responses that disrupt deep rest and increase vascular tension, making the body work harder when it should be recovering. This is why even a small adjustment in how we sleep has such a profound effect. When you train your body to rest with awareness, you're not just protecting your arteries, you're sending a message to your entire system that says, I care about you. You're creating a space for healing, one night at a time. Over weeks and months, that choice adds up to stronger circulation, healthier blood vessels, better mental clarity, and less risk of neurological decline. The power of prevention is in your hands, or more accurately, under your pillow. Every night is an opportunity to practice intentional rest. When you turn to your left side, you're not only following science, you're aligning with nature's design. The heart pumps blood more efficiently, gravity assists in venous return, and the brain drains waste more effectively. You wake up clearer, lighter, and more energized. Not because of luck, but because your body was finally allowed to do its work uninterrupted. It's remarkable how often people underestimate small changes, but ask any neurologist or cardiologist, and they'll tell you prevention is built from the little things. A 10-minute walk, a glass of water, a mindful breath, and yes, the position you sleep in. It's in those quiet hours that your choices echo the loudest. So tonight, before you close your eyes, take a moment to align your body. Let your neck rest in a neutral position, keep your spine straight, and turn to your left. Breathe slowly, deeply, with intention. Know that this is not just sleep, it's therapy, it's protection. It's a promise to your future self. You're giving your brain the conditions it needs to thrive. And in doing so, you're reducing one of the most preventable risks of all, the silent threat of stroke. One mindful decision, one small habit, that's all it takes. The body listens, the brain responds, and health begins to transform quietly, powerfully, beautifully while you sleep. Every night, your body enters a sacred space of time when healing, repair, and renewal silently unfold beneath the surface of sleep. But what we often forget is that how we sleep can be just as important as how long we sleep. The position you choose each night is not a random habit. It's a reflection of how you care for your body's most vital organ or brain. When you choose a posture that supports healthy blood flow, proper alignment, and gentle circulation, you are choosing life, clarity, and longevity. The truth is, stroke risk isn't built overnight, and neither is protection. It's built through awareness, small adjustments, and the quiet discipline of consistency. Science is showing us that prevention doesn't always come in a prescription bottle or a hospital ward. It begins at home. In the way you rest your head on the pillow, when you sleep on your left side, when you align your neck and spine, when you let your arteries breathe freely, You are empowering your brain to perform its nightly miracle healing itself. So as you end your day and prepare to rest, remember this: every choice you make for your body is a message to your future self. Tonight, send a message of love and protection. Choose a position that supports the heart, nourishes the brain, and honors the gift of life, pulsing quietly within you. You are not helpless in the face of health risks. You are powerful beyond measure when you act with awareness. Let your sleep be an act of intention. Let it be healing, restorative, and protective. Because the simplest decisions, like the position you take under the covers, can shape the strength of your brain, the rhythm of your heart, and the length of your life. Rest wisely, rest consciously, and let your sleep become your strongest form of medicine.